When I teach the topic of exchange rate, in every classroom, there is one guaranteed question from the side of the students. That is, sir, today the exchange rate is $1 is equal to 86 rupees. What will happen if $1 will become equal to 1 rupee? Now this, looking at the current situation, looks very, very difficult. But let me tell you a very small but interesting story regarding the value of Indian rupee. Let's say you had this 100 rupee back in the year 1991. You take this 100 rupee, go to the forex market, sell 100 rupee and purchase the dollars. You would be able to get $4.5, around 4.5. In the year 2004, same 100 rupee, you were able to get $2.2. In the year 2014, same 100 rupee, $1.6. And today, 2025, January 15th, 2025, you take 100 rupee, go to the forex market, sell it. In return, you would be getting just over $1.1. So you can see that the value of Indian rupee against the dollar has continuously kept on reducing or falling down. This is called as depreciation. And many of the experts have warned that the rupee depreciation is not going to stop anytime soon. This year, there will be further decrease in the value of rupee depreciation. And according to many of the experts, the rupee depreciation has happened in the past, will continue to happen. But now, this is a time for Government of India as well as Reserve Bank of India to have a serious look at the impact of the rupee depreciation on the Indian economy. Hello, welcome to Unacademy IAS, a one-stop destination for all the English medium civil services aspirants. Before I start the discussion, I have a very important announcement to make. The objective of IAS English team of Unacademy has been to ensure that the program that we provide to the learners will be a one-stop solution for them to ace the civil services examination. So continuing that, now if you purchase the course for 9 months, we will extend the course subscription by another 9 months. Which means you pay for 9 months, you will get 18 months of subscription. In addition to this, if you use the code IAS English, you can also avail 50% discount on the course price. So those who are interested, please do check out the details by clicking on the link provided in the description below. According to Reserve Bank of India, the data shows that the rupee has depreciated or essentially lost value of around 22% against the dollar in the last 5 years. And in 2024 alone, Indian rupee has lost value by 3% against the dollar. And in the month of January, we are on 15th of January. So in the first 15 days itself, rupee has lost value by almost 1.2% against the dollar. And like I've said earlier, many experts are arguing that the slide or the decline in the value of rupee will further continue even in the year 2025. So what are the reasons behind this? What are the causes behind this? Let's dissect these reasons under 5 factors. Factor number 1, the crude oil prices. India is a major importer of crude oil. Annually, we import more than 85% of our crude oil requirement. So whenever the crude oil prices in the international market will start going up, it will have a direct impact on the amount of rupees that we have to pay to purchase the dollars and use the dollars to pay for the crude oil that we are importing. And the crude oil prices very recently have hit a 4-month high, of $81 per barrel. And the reason behind this is stated to be that the government of USA last week imposed sanctions or announced sanctions on various oil companies and vessel companies operating from Russia. And Russia exports a lot of crude oil, including to countries such as China and India. Now look at this outcome. Because of the announcement of the sanctions on these companies, that is the Russian companies, the supply will be disrupted. And because the supply gets disrupted, there is already existing demand for crude oil. This price, or that is the crude oil prices in the international market, have started increasing. And like I said, India is an importer of crude oil. When the international prices will start increasing and you import, now you will have to pay more dollars to import the quantity of the crude oil, which also means you will have to sell more rupees in the domestic market, that is in the forex market, to get the dollars. Supply of rupee increases, that will lead to rupee depreciation. This is the first factor. Second factor, US jobs data. Every month, there is certain estimations of how many jobs would be created in the USA market. For the month of December, the estimation, the consensus was that the market would be creating 1.6 lakh jobs. But after the month of December, it was revealed that the market overperformed. It not only created more than 1.6 lakh, it ended up creating 2.56 lakh jobs. And as a result of this, what has happened? Now there is no urgency on the side of the Federal Reserve, that is the central banker of USA, to reduce interest rate. If the market was not performing very well, if sufficient number of jobs were not getting created, there will be more pressure on the Federal Reserve. Now because the market has performed beyond expectations, above and beyond expectation, there is no urgency on the side of Federal Reserve, which means the interest rates will remain elevated. And with interest remains being elevated, the yield rate on the government bonds in USA have become stronger now, have increased, and this has attracted lot of investment, thereby strengthening the value of dollar. So when you look at the dollar versus rupee now, dollar has become stronger, which basically means rupee has become weaker compared to dollar. Second factor. Third important factor, the foreign investors selling equities in Indian market. In the month of December 2024, the foreign investors have sold more than 16,000 crore worth of equity. And again, continuing the same trend, in the month of January 2025, they have sold more than 22,000 crore worth of equity from the Indian market. And understand the importance of this. When they will sell the equity, they will get the money in terms of rupees. They will take the rupees, sell it to purchase a dollar. Supply of rupee increases, rupee will continuously depreciate. Now, what are the reasons? What are the factors of why the foreign investors are selling more and more the Indian equities? They basically argue that, one, they are able to get better returns by investing in Chinese market. Very recently, to overcome the slowdown, to overcome and promote a recovery in the economy, the Chinese government has provided a lot of fiscal stimulus. These foreign investors now argue that they will get better returns in the Chinese market compared to the Indian market. They are selling more in India, using the money, and they are purchasing more equities from the Chinese market. This, one expert argues, essentially is leading to a situation where they are arguing that they will sell India and buy China. Selling India, buying China. Second very important point here, the foreign investors argue that the equities in the Indian market are overvalued, which essentially means whatever is the market price that they are paying to purchase a share, it is much higher than what is the fair value of the share. Third reason, the returns earned by the companies in the recent quarters are much below the estimations, which will have a direct impact on the earnings done by the investors. So these are some of the reasons which have been cited for foreign investors to continuously withdraw their investments from Indian market and take it out of India. But at this point of time, this will lead to more and more of Indian rupee depreciation. Fourth factor, change in the strategy of Reserve Bank of India. Whenever rupee depreciates, Reserve Bank of India will intervene in the market, will try to use the forex reserves to stabilize the exchange rate. But from the month of December, there is a change in the guard of Reserve Bank of India. New RBI governor has been appointed. Various experts argue that looking at what has been the strategy of RBI to stabilize Indian rupee, RBI is not participating or intervening in the market as it used to do earlier. Essentially, how many dollars are being sold by RBI compared to earlier time period, it has actually come down. And many of the newspapers have reported that apparently the new RBI governor is in favor of allowing the market forces to determine more and more the correct value of rupee versus dollar rather than having a strategy of more and more intervention. Now, as a result of this, this has created certain concern. Many of the investors are panicking because if you allow only the market forces, there will be further depreciation of Indian rupee, eroding lot of investors' money. This has led to more and more sell-off, leading to rupee depreciation. Fifth factor, the Trump factor. Mr. Donald Trump, come 20th January, exactly 5 days from today, will take oath as the 47th President of United States of America. And once he takes charge of administration, it is expected that we'll announce lot of sanctions on some of the countries and will also announce tariffs on many other trading partners, including India, by the way. Now, what will be the impact of these sanctions and tariffs? We do not know to what extent targeting will be done by the new USA administration. So this has created certain uncertainty. This has led to certain doubts regarding the performance of international trade in the coming days. And this is also leading to many of the investors selling their instruments in many markets, including Indian market. Many other Asian markets as well have seen this kind of a trend. So these are the 5 very important factors that have caused such a huge crash in the value of Indian rupee, which day by day is hitting the record lowest in terms of value against the dollar. So what would be your recommendations to Reserve Bank of India as well as Government of India to stabilize the Indian rupee? What are your viewpoints regarding this? Do let me know in the form of comments in the section below. And if you like this initiative, do not forget to hit the like button. And if you are yet to subscribe to our YouTube channel, kindly do it right now. Thank you. Have a great day.